think the video game's going to show that even though I'm hitting him a lot harder, he's hitting us about 2 pounds less than you're used to hearing him cry in the last 6 months video games. So I guess it should stay in England, and I guess he'll have to see it for himself later, like everybody else, while I serve up that truth, justice, in the American, up in your face, don't ever be afraid to rewind way. Cb19nyc video game on YouTube. Number 2, rolling your hole in the wall, CB Shop, the most talked about, most feared, not plucker on the bad wave, and known by none. Richie got down.
Damn, that sounds like it's time to take out the trash. I'm out of Richie. I'm gonna take out the trash. You know, one day say trash hole and trucking trash hole.
You could start with that new antenna of his. It's getting me a lot better. That's a plus. That's taking care of the other cheating superior equipment he says he's got. But he's doing about 2.5 pounds less than the Cb19nyc video games. Actually, I don't even have to key up anymore that much, seeing how weak he is, dude. I don't need to do this every morning. We'll leave him to y'all drivers. I don't want it to be setting up, tying up the channel with lies, storytelling, and jizz spillage. Richie got down. I sure do. I sure do. Look at it, baby.
When I put up the...
Oh, here goes the next threat.
Yeah, I think he's that.
Yeah, I think he's in an issue of Star Wars. He believes he's a star. He wants star power like Richie, so he's got to try to fuel a war. Richie got down.
He's gonna, put it down, put me down, but it's all good. Hey, Eddie, the footy is in the carrier. When I key up, Eddie, you don't hear Richard. That's all that matters. Whether you're a jerk.
Oh, really? They don't hear me? Oh, I beg to differ.
Probably has me about a mile around his house. I'm being modest. You know, people down the block, he'll take you out with it.
All right, but right now, up in Poconos, Pennsylvania, Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Chesterborough, New Jersey, I'm all up in there, and you are like the whisper trying to fight through the noise.
You know, Richie, you're not doing it right, brother. All right, I'd take you out to DX anywhere on the planet, brother. And I'm not bragging, it's just a known fact that you do not know what you're doing with that radio, Richard. Including that 800-watt MFJ. You have no idea what you're doing with it. But that's all good, because our tubes are eventually going to blow on you. They're going to get weaker and weaker because you're not loading them properly. Well, what do I know, Richard? I'm just killing you with 5 watts compared to 800. They call me the enforcer of truth and justice the American way. And I'm back out.
I don't know, Mr. Back Out, Mr. Junkie Troll. I'm just out here serving up truth, justice in the American way by making sure I capture every minute of it with audio, visual. So since I'm going to serve up the truth in the justified American way, and since you have this notion that since I'm hitting you a lot better, that your carrier's a lot better on my end, dog, I think you're going to love this morning's video, Gates. Oh, cool stroking. Richie Radio.
Yeah, I know. Dr. Love. Nappy. They all tell him to shut up. It's funny because he tells Nappy Chin that he's not going to let me.
Boy, you know, he sure brings a lot of people into it. Poor Shadow Master got evicted, so he can't use him as a crutch no more. I don't know. Hey, what do you know, man? Do you hear anybody out here telling me anything while I'm showing out this little crackhead junkie monkey? I don't think so. Audio Drive, your king of New York City, is laying it down just that way.
Got to work. Where you going? Down to block the restaurant? Do security detail? They're making some free food out of it? Or jumping in the dumpster?
Eddie, that's very impolite, Eddie. Why don't you just tell him that you really can't hear him too good since he put up the new antenna, and I can go back to sleep.
Talking on my trash can radio. Look at that, Richie. I just took out the trash.
You better believe you take out that trash every time you key up. That trash used to be stuck between the 7 and the 9. Now it's under the 5. Backward.
Next week. I like taking out the trash. I love it. I'm a trashy motherfucker. Hey, Richie, I tell you one thing. I know Eddie.
Hey, Eddie, take out that trash.
He didn't take it to Richie's shop. Eddie sounds too good for him to go to Richie.
Hey, Eddie, tell him how many... Eddie, tell him you know Richie longer than him, and that you met Richie and hung out with Richie more than he did. Come on, Eddie, that's what he wants to hear, dog.
You know, he had an opportunity. Like I said, put his shit out there. I was going to do it for him, you know.
Yeah, but you know, Eddie, that's like me putting one of my radios in the hands of Mr. Enforcement out there. That's like me being the head operator of the major gun shop with the best assault weapon and putting it fully loaded with the safety off in the hands of an infant. I don't think so.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, let me hit punch me, guy, but yeah, pokey punch me, same thing, whatever you want. Yeah, he says, fuck you. I wasn't touching you. You know what he said? He says to me, you know.
Alright, drivers, I'm going to get back quiet. I'm going to let Crazy Eddie and Enforcer hold hands. I don't want any of you truck drivers out here accusing me of tying up your ears or out here spreading lies and rumors or hanging out with Mr. Enforcer, a guy I never met, while he tries to tell you how much of his crack I smoked. Richie, out of here.
Birdman's radio. So now he feels that anyone that knows Birdman or talks to him.
Oh, man, you know, Birdman's his best buddy, dude. I mean, how many video games we gotta hear this? Yo, these guys are stuck on repeat. And you other truck drivers out here, letting Crazy Eddie there, fuck up your world, dude. You know, me, I don't really care because y'all know y'all can't touch me. I got the best of both worlds on my back. I ain't worried about any of y'all, but really, man, you know, you truck drivers, man, you know, you cats that used to run 19 out here, y'all making me sad to say I dealt with most of y'all and know y'all.
Come on, man. Why would you threaten your potential customers, Richard? You can't have a business. You can't turn away customers by threatening.
I don't know, you know, I don't think this guy realizes that I run a hole-in-the-wall business. I cater to all dollar vans and taxi drivers. I cater to a total of 6 base stations in the New York area in the past 2 calendar years. I don't know him or Crazy Eddie. They're not my prospective customers, nor will I ever allow them to be mine. Richie, your hole-in-the-wall, CB shop, Bakwa. Yep, it sure did, dude. It sure did. While I fill this big coffee jug.
Boy's stroking his roommate. He has a male roommate. He's another gay boy. No, he does. You hear him in the background talking.
That's me, dummy.
Fucked up. Richie.
Sure is.
He can actually pay rent on his own. Come on. He makes $24, $25 a day. How the hell can he pay rent, support his multiple drug habits, feed himself, pay for the utilities?
And I guess this is Richie's chaperone that knows that Richie pays for his own place daily. Richie lives alone on the whole ground floor by himself. And no, Richie does not use this cat's hardcore drugs. Sure is funny.
Just listen to his video, man. I'll look for the ones where you actually hear the guy talking to him. He's always in the background talking to a guy. We all figured it out already.
Or talking on the phone, or a chat on the computer with headphones on, right?
I think his landlord yelled at him to turn that damn amp off.
Now, that never happens, dog. I told you, I live with the head of the block association. We ain't got to worry about those problems. We ain't got those kind of problems. No RFI, jerk off.
This is the way I like it.
Good morning to all my friends, fans, and viewers. Cb19nyc Video Gate is now rolling. Check out the videos of the year. Anything called Begging and Pleading, any one of the three. And Enforcer Comes Clean. Cb19nyc on YouTube. The truck driver's best friend when they can't get by the radio but need a radio fix. Cb19nyc on YouTube. Courtesy of your hole-in-the-wall New York City CB shop. Richie Radio RC 127 at the helm of this here realm, I'm like, wow.
Pretty good. Well, you need your radio work done, just go to Sam. Where you get a warranty.
I don't know, Richie didn't say anything about doing anybody's radio work. He's just letting all the truck drivers in CB land know that he got his video gate rolling.
But you can't say that, Richard. You can't give anyone a warranty. Why is that, Richard? You provide no warranty. That's it. That just proves that you're not a qualified, a certified technician.
Well, all these drivers out here know me for 3 decades. They know they get full warranties, but none of my customers ever needed warranties because none of my systems go south. The only time I see my customers repeatedly is when they're upgrading and buying more. Oh, and I got down.
I don't know one driver out here that can claim he knows you for 3 decades. You name one driver out here that says Richie Radio is the driver's best friend. All you are is a pain in the ass and a storyteller. You're no one's best friend. You're a drug dealer's best friend. That's about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Enforcer, in the video called Enforcer Comes Clean, that's all I got to type into YouTube, at about 45 minutes, they hear you saying the same exact line, statements, and paragraph before you blew your cool and you came clean. And by the way, you happen to talk to 4 or 5 guys every day like they're your buddies out here who are talking on my radios. And guess what? The last thing they tell you for right now is that I know Richie 3 decades. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Enforcer, how's my radio sound? Oh, yeah, it sounds good as usual. Well, the whole time, this is Richie Radio. TikTok. I'll be back, guys. I'm going to load the coffee jug.
You just tell me one person I speak to that you worked on their radio. You lying. You're a lying rat. Stop your lying. Keep making up fairy tales and stories.
Boff, boff, I'm just a dog, don't blame me. I'm a very bad barking dog, ain't I?
Now you're a very troubled individual that suffers from psychosis and loves that crack pipe, that's all. That's all. That's your MO right now. That's your full description. Because I collected a psychological on you a while ago, Richie. And my conclusion is just never ending, man. I just can't, with all the stories and all the new characters that you think you are, it's just I gotta keep on writing, man. I don't know, I'm running out of ink. I just don't know where your profile ends.
Well, you know, Mr. Enforcer, when we look at it, Enforcer Comes Clean Video Gate, we want to know if that psychological that you collected, what it would actually call a man who swears up and down that I smoke his hardcore drugs, who stands out here and tries to tell the public I smoke crack daily, that he's got a videotape. Hold on. He's got a videotape he's smoking crack recently, but yet in the video, he screams and yells in the fit of a rage, all right, you admit in 96 you smoked hard as smoking back in the day. Okay, all right, I ain't got no proof you're smoking crack this minute. After you try to convince them you got a videotape, or you want to convince them I'm a crackhead, believe me, dog, I did a lot of things while I was an undercover cop in 1996, but we are in 2015, and the reason why you'll never have any evidence of Richie smoking crack, that other than the fact that you swear I'm a junkie and you don't want me by any radios, jealousy. But anyway, dude, dog, all joking aside, dude, is that if you came and were in the same room with your crack, smoking it while Richie was there, other than that, you would never see Richie in the same room with a crackhead. And I call that proud. You're out here trying to sell the world, sell them, saying you're delivering truth, justice, and reality. But the truth is, you don't know me, never met me. The justice is, you have no evidence to anything that comes out of your mouth. And the reality is, the American way is that, wow, when they listen to my Cb19nyc video gates, they all but wonder how I can deal and how I can even key up to you anymore, just to try to make people laugh. So I don't know in that psychological what it calls you. Are you called a habitual liar? I don't know, dude. Well, hey, drivers, you could be doing this for me, but you hear the way I got to do it, man. Cb19nyc video gate takes care of every truth, unjustified lie in the American up in your don't forget to rewind face way, including the fact that Mr. Enforcer wants to sell you every story under the sun about me, but like he said, he don't know me, he's only been hearing me for the last 2 years. My name is not Richie RC127, I'm not the cat with all the CB shops for the last 3 decades. Oh yeah, and last but not least, he's very highly offended that while he was out his front door copping his crack, that space base, he swears he's seen Richie up the block in a car full of people with walkie-talkies. So I really don't know what to call this, drivers. I'm going to go load my coffee jug and see if I can leave it up to Channel 19. Your king of New York City, undenied, undisputed. And let's see what the attorney on retainer got to say about that.
Who's the fraud that you are? All right? There's proof out there that you blow up people's radio, so...
Okay, all right, now it's a new thing. Proof of his friend Junkie Birdman and his radio. Well, I'll tell you what. If there's only proof of one radio out of over 400 that I put out here on these 3 antennas in 2 calendar years that went south, who better than Richie?
They all sound on frequency and muffled, so I don't know what kind of work you're bragging and raving about, Richard. You're not a technician. You're not Marion Sade. You never met Pistone. You're the...
I don't know. This sounds like over and over. Audio. Over and over and over and over again. Oh, cool stroke and audio drive. Let me put a little more stock mic up in there. Oh, yeah, just a little... Yep, all my shit is muffled in all frequency. And I have to say, that's probably his new antenna that he's hearing me a lot better. So maybe I'm front-end overloading his jizz superior equipment while his carrier is way less than you've ever seen it in the last 6 months video gates. Audio drive, I'm back quiet.
I'm gonna let the drivers do the talking out here, because I don't want them to think I'm a nuisance. But I'm gonna let the drivers rip your ass, Richie, because that's what you need. You need people out here that love you. All right. The only thing you're doing is creating a nuisance out here for yourself. You're right. You're embarrassing yourself, Richie. Turn that radio off and go to sleep after you smoke that rock. You're embarrassing yourself. Stop it already.
Well, Mr. Enforcer, you can let the drivers do whatever they want, but all they realize is that, wow, Richie wasn't on 19 for a long time, and here comes a cat named Enforcer out here trying to tell stories about Richie like he's Richie's best friend, and Richie smokes his crack, and voila, we got the King of New York back on Channel 19. So I don't know if that's the way they're going to see it. I know that's the way the history of video gates is going to call it. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the one with all the truth, justice, and all the frauds that really need to be exposed on Video Gate.
They're taking out the trash on the CB is my specialty.
Well, Eddie, you're fired because you see that I had to come back to 19 after I'm getting emails and calls that Enforcers out here every morning trying to trash me like he's my best running buddy. So anyway, you want to take out some trash. I gave you enough time. I'll give you another chance. Because believe me, I could use the extra sleep there, dog. Going to sleep and waking up just to topple a crackhead is not my idea of running a shop. But hey, it's good enough for y'all. It's good enough for me.
he gets up at 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah. Muffled, distorted, and off frequency, but so loud and so clear in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and Chesterborough, New Jersey. Oh, the king of New York rocking on like that.
Hey, Chesterborough. You ask anyone on the Jersey side if they know Richie. Nobody knows Richie over there. Richie, yeah, you... Known for not answering the phone after he does your radio. He's known for that. No, if you're his drug dealer...
For somebody that says he don't know anybody that knows Richie, he seems to claim or tries to imply he knows a whole lot of Richie's customers.
I'm not implying anything. It's called facts and evidence. All right? Facts and evidence. I have audio recording of you making... That's a freaky guy right over, man. That was one freaky son of a bitch.
You're right, Eddie. You're really right. That is a freaky son of a bitch, Eddie.
He's fucking them. And basically transforms himself to a woman. Presents the evidence.
Eddie, what's the matter? You can't hear him forcing that. You've been stepping on him half all morning. Just tell him the truth about his new antenna. I'm not quiet.
Evidence. Richie